as it relates to preaching. And I ruined my marriage in the name of God because she was oftentimes upset. We argued every time I had to leave. And I was the last person who was picked up.
Hello everyone, it's Sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about the engagement of Bishop Noel Jones and his long-time girlfriend, Loretta. I'm not sure of her last name. But anyway, if she gets married, she'll be Loretta Jones. Loretta Jones. So I came to know him because, he's been a preacher for a long time. And I would hear his sermons on TBN and the Word Network. But he was also on a reality TV show called The Preachers of LA. And I had watched a few episodes. Not sure. I was always wondering, I know I was not the only one. Why was he on it? Because everybody else that was on it, well, not everybody else that was on it, because it was the other guy. What's his name? Dietrich Haddon. Yeah, they weren't married. Because if you go in the Bible, says that whoever is a bishop, which is just another name for pastor, supposed to have a wife. Supposed to be a husband of one wife. That's it. But of course, he was married before he got divorced, and you heard him before. He ruined his marriage in the name of God. Well, you ruined your own marriage, okay? Because you were not able to balance marriage and ministry, and it seemed like he gave the ministry more time and attention than his marriage, and that's one of the reasons why his marriage failed. And most likely this is the reason why he probably did not, well, several reasons, because he did, if you go and listen to the whole, it's like a 3-minute clip, because many people in certain sectors of Christianity believes if you were married before, you cannot remarry. You would have to stay by yourself. So that's probably one of the reasons why he never got married. And second reason is because he failed at marriage before. He was a failure because he was unable to balance marriage life and ministry life. He was unable, and he refers to this, instead of a calling, he refers to it as a job. Yes, he refers to it as a job. So he was unable to marry. So he probably, since he failed the first time, he probably, I'm just making assumptions, didn't want to do this again so that he doesn't fail. But you still continue a relationship for 20 something years, over 22 years, 28 years that he's with this lady, stringing along, and she wanted to get married. She desired to be married. That's why she sticked around. And then she's not the only one. This just the longest that I've heard. But there are many people that have been together with somebody for 4 years, 5, 10, 15, 20 years now, and desire to be married. Sometimes they act like they don't want to. Oh, we could do what we want. We could get married when, but you desire to be married. That's why you stay with the person. And they stay there for years and years and years, and then after years, then the person just, I guess, settled for that person. And a lot of these people that get married way years later, most of the time these people never last. And a lot of times the ones that I know, like I always say, the majority is the rule, not the exception. Bishop Noel Jones and Loretta may be the exception to the rule. Who knows? But the majority of the people that I know who have done this, who waited 5, 10 years, and then they got married, it never lasts. Or they are so miserable because the person realized they should have never did this in the first place. And then a lot of people was saying, because I'm going to play the video of the proposal later on. I just had to give my commentary. But a lot of people say, why people still following this man, and they still in his church and different things like that. Um, the Bible did say that in the last days, people are going to look for preachers that going to tickle their ears. You know, that's going to make them feel good. That's not going to preach sound doctrine that can really transform their lives. Because this is the same guy. Remember when I was watching him on the Preachers of LA? And this is something I just don't understand why preachers do it. You could clearly hear the worship going on in the background, but he did not come out to worship. He would be doing stretches. You know, he would be doing stretching, and that's what he would do. So, not praying, not reading his Bible. Maybe he does that before, but right before, usually, if it's praise and worship, I would think that you would go in and do the praise and worship. Nope, he was stretching in the back. That's what he did in several services when I watched the Preachers of LA. I don't understand some things. I just don't understand. And a lot of people was clowning her. He did have a Cracker Jack box in his hand, but if you look up close, it did seem that that was an actual ring instead of Cracker Jack ring box, whatever. But it looked like it was actual ring. He just actually just put it in a Cracker Jack box, I guess, to be unique or original. But anyway, so I guess I wish them. I think it's best that he is getting married, but why wait this long? Because when you're in ministry, your pastor, it's best for you to have a wife so she can balance you out. Because men, sometimes you can be a little rough on the edges. You could be too brash. You have no tact, so the woman will balance you out and say, honey, I don't think you should have said that way. You should the lady balance you, you balance the lady. So it's best. That's why the Bible says you're supposed to have a wife. But for you to wait like over 20 something years, it's like you just settling. I'm gonna need somebody to take care of me. She's younger than me, I'm older, so she'll take care of, at least I'll have somebody there. Even though he do have children, but his children have their own families. So at least I'll have this woman. I know she will definitely take care of me because she's been there all this time. And they also have a restaurant together. But my last point is, I believe this, that's my opinion, came about as an ultimatum. Because they do have a restaurant together. They've been together for years. She desired to be married, but that never happened. I believe that this came about as an ultimatum. Because a lot of people that I know who was together with the person for years, they never got married. When they finally do get married, it's because the woman got fed up and it's like, you know what, if you don't want to get married, I'm leaving. I'm taking everything. I'm this and that. And then the guy finally, I don't know if you would call that man up, or I don't know what that is. But then all of a sudden he got an epiphany and then he wants to get married. So I believe this marriage came about as an ultimatum, but hey, that's my opinion. Ultimatum marriage, ultimatum engagement, not worth it. Most of the time it's not worth it. And if you want to watch the whole service or the whole proposal, it's on his church Facebook page. It's under the City of Refuge. So they have a Facebook page, and that's where the whole service is. So let's get into the proposal.
Choir boy for the duration. I wasn't a choir boy. But whenever I was out of whack, God covered me, and then when he restored me, he allowed me to tell on myself. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't talk about a lot of things that I learned in a book. The most effective things that I have ever expostulated were things that I experienced myself. But I decided that I'm not going to grow old As Bishop Jake said to me one time, he said, no, you keep thinking about getting married, and the more you think about it, the less you think about it. He said, no, you're going to wait a while until somebody going to have to deal with you broken down. Because they won't be able to say, I can put up with him drooling. I can put up with him needing the wheelchair pushed. I can put up with him falling out the bed, because it wasn't always that way. But he said, Reverend, you gonna wait until it's only that way. So I decided that I'm gonna get married. And when it was rumored some time ago that I was getting married, I remember saying to you that I've been with you for 20-something years then, not 28 like it is now, but it was about 24. No, it was about, yeah, it don't matter. But I told you that I wouldn't. We've held hands every Sunday. We're related to each other every Sunday. And I told you that I would not sneak off somewhere and get married and let you find out on the side. So I'm telling you today, security, I'm telling you today that I'm going to get married. Loretta, come up here, please. Now, now, I thought about, should I? I thought about, should I give up my freedom coat for a straitjacket? I thought about, should I, at my age, get married to someone way younger than me? I thought about, should I give up not having to answer to anybody? If I'm in Africa and I wanted to go to Europe, if I wanted to leave Europe and go to Asia, to Japan, I wouldn't have to call anybody. I thought about, should I have somebody censoring who comes to my house? I don't like him. She sure can't come. I thought about, should I have to give up my Ferrari, buy a station wagon, then when I looked at her, I said, well, should you have to push a wheelchair when I can't walk? Don't go so fast, slow down. Should you have to deal with an old man when you could have many suitors who were so young? Should you have to be listening to a man who's intoxicated with the exuberance of his own verbosity? And should you have to deal with somebody who is set in his ways? After I thought about all the shoulds, I decided that if I keep on thinking about should, then I won't get this thing done. So I need you to give me some help here. I gotta pull something out of the, I gotta give me a Cracker Jack ring up in there. So I got away from all the shoulds. Should I? Should you? And I've decided simply to say, will you? Marry me.
So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.